Yo, so this is a message for any men that are listening to this or watching this, and wondering why their wife, spouse, or partner has changed. You know that change that you can see, but you can't just pinpoint it. You don't understand it. You don't understand what's going on. There's a lot of chaos. Um, Hopefully this video brings about some clarity, because I understand, I've been there, and like I said, I hope this brings some clarity or help to someone that needs it. So there's an often overlooked, I would say, important part of a relationship that's overlooked and underrated, and that is analyzing your partner's nervous system. Not only that, but reflecting on how you affect your partner's nervous system. So what is nervous system? It's literally how your partner's body reacts naturally to the way that you are and how you respond to things. So let's say if you guys are arguing and you're dismissive, defensive, egotistical, or prideful, it's gonna send signals to her body that she's unsafe, she's not being heard, she's not being seen. And this can all happen subconsciously. She could be aware of it or not aware of it. It's really up to the individual, of the woman at least. So going back to them feeling unsafe, it's very important, because if a woman starts to feel unsafe, that's when she starts to lose hope. That's when she starts to withdraw. That's when she starts to change and lose intimacy. And men, as we all know, we gauge the behavior by almost by intimacy, like, oh, she's withdrawn, she doesn't do that anymore, she doesn't do this anymore. Okay, I noticed a change. But we don't necessarily notice the change on the internal level, what goes on inside her head, because we seldomly put ourselves in her shoes and how women grow up and how being a woman is. And that's also another failure that we have as men. But that's why we're here, right? So going back to a woman's nervous system, it really depends on the work that you do inside. Okay, like I said, it's very easy to react defensively, to react egotistically, and feel like you're being attacked when a woman brings up certain things, because as unhealed men, we react as if we're doing something wrong, or we're failing, or we're not performing, right? Because of the expectations that we put on ourselves. But that's not the case. Sometimes all we need to do is just get over the fact that she's not attacking us, she's not our enemy, and just really listening, being present, and hearing how she feels, and not listening to respond, but listen to understand, listen to empathize, listen to feel her, and at least try to understand what she's feeling, right? And only then will her body start to register some safety, like, okay, creating new experiences. If you already had damaged her nervous system, creating new experiences and hopefully allowing her body to rest, to find peace, because she is feeling that you're listening, being present. And she can feel all this, by the way. You can't fake it. You can't fake it at all. She feels the presence, right? It's crazy how in tune women are. So what to do when you damaged your partner's nervous system? I briefly went over what to do, but the first step as a man, because you're not going to instantly, okay, if you and your partner's relationship is at jeopardy, she's damaged, she's not talking to you, or she's just already checked out, it's going to need a lot of repair. It's going to need a lot of work, and it all starts within. So first and foremost, you have to really reflect on what you did wrong as a man. Have accountability, and really assess what it is that you did wrong. And sit in that discomfort. You have to sit in that harsh, shame and guilt that you might have, just to realize what you did wrong and to realize how that made her feel. So after you're doing the work, and you start reflecting deeper inside, then it's time to put it in practice, right? So you're doing the work, you realize things within. Anytime she comes to you with a problem, or anytime you guys have a hard conversation, it's important that you relax, you let the conversation flow, and you don't instantly look to respond with a defense. You don't look to defend yourself for what you did. You just let her talk about what it is that happened, how it made her feel. And even if you have a whole different perspective, you have to just remain grounded and just understand. You have to understand, you have to empathize, you have to validate her feelings, because oftentimes it's valid. It's completely valid. And before all that, you have to do your research. So I'm reading this book right here. It's probably backwards, but it's called Safe by Scott Austin Martin. The Safe Minimum Standard for Intimacy. And I'm like, halfway through the book, but some of the things that he's talking about, I already tried to put in place recently within my own relationship. But I'm still learning, and I'm still open to learning more on how it could be more effective on creating a safe space, because I myself made mistakes and want to create a safe relationship for myself as well. So you get that book and you really understand, what it is that you need to learn about creating a safe environment, being a safe partner, and what it takes to be an emotionally safe man. And I know this video is all over the place, and as I'm learning, I'm sure that you are as well, whoever is listening. Hopefully this reaches somebody that needs it. But just know that these things can be learned. And although it might be too late for your relationship, hopefully it's not, or your partner might have left you, it's never too late to learn new things. It's never too late to teach yourself and to grow and all that. And it's not the responsibility of your partner to wait. And it's not your responsibility to grow just for connection. It's not your responsibility to heal just to, get someone back. It's important that you know that change is possible, and you can learn. You can learn to be a safe man, and to always have hope for that. And lastly, just turn to God and pray and give him your worries, and he will make a way for you. That being said, I really hope that this reached somebody. I'm growing as much as the next, and I just really hope that someone gains some sort of inspiration or hope for their relationship or for themselves at that matter, that change is possible, and having safety, peace, love, and connection that we all want is definitely possible, no matter how damaged or broken you are. Thank you guys.